Welcome to part 2. So like I was mentioning that I was an anxious attachment style type of person in relationships, any type of relationship. It could be friendships, it could be romantic relationships, because those are the deeper ones. Romantic relationships are the ones that show most of the time how we attach in relationships, because that's where we show off all our emotions, vulnerability. That's where we are most vulnerable. We show all types of emotions. You show yourself a little bit more, like the inner child comes out when you are in a relationship, right? And then there's avoidant attachment style. So these ones are the cold ones. They are, I mean, probably the most loving at the beginning of the relationship, even during the relationship. However, they don't show emotions very well. They are not used to it. It could be because of parent was not emotionally available, parent was always working, but they couldn't be shown emotions. They are not very good with their emotions, so they will avoid certain conversations, they will avoid affection. They want to be in a relationship as well. So most of the time people like that would go for people that are, I think they attract people that are anxious, because people that are anxious are more clingy, so they want to attach themselves to people. And then those avoidant pull away. So the more I pull away, the more that one comes towards me. So I get what I need as an avoidant attachment style. I get what I need from this person, but I am not giving it back because I don't know how to, or it triggers me because I want it, but I don't need it. You get what I'm saying? I need it, but I don't want it, type of vibe. So they attract people with anxious attachment, because it's a repelling type of thing. So the more they run, the more the anxious follows. The more the avoidant runs away, the more the other one that needs affection clings on and tries to pull and try to save the relationship. Hence why the pushing and pulling when it comes to twin flames also comes through, where I was the chaser at some point, because I was a divine feminine who was a chaser. I chase after my divine masculine. But up to a certain point, I believe that because I've already mentioned 3, right? I was a mixture of all these attachments that, so there was parts where I was comfortable doing certain things, there was parts where I overly did certain things, and there was parts where I just didn't do certain things in relationships. I just believe that I shouldn't ask for certain things from a man. I never believed in that. I believed that a man knew his part, his position as a man, which is a provider, protector, and hence why in my previous relationships, hardly would you ask, you get one of my exes would tell you that I used to ask him for money all the time, because I did not believe in that, because I was a feminine woman, and I was a woman who is supposed to be taken care of. But again, that was also very broken, because sometimes you need to ask for things that you need. Don't ignore your needs in order for another person to be okay, but most times I also believe that if I would ask you for money, then it's because I don't like you. But anyway, just to get rid of you, basically. But yeah, so you understand that there's we are all broken in our own way. So there's anxious attachment, there's avoidant, and also there's secure attachment style. And there's one that includes anxious and avoidant. It's called disorganized attachment style. So you have a little bit of the anxiousness and the avoidant. So you are clingy, but also you are not. So it's like on and off. So that's why I say I was that person, because I knew I needed attention, because I've always been a person who enjoys reassurance and needs reassurance from their partners. But at the same time, I wouldn't force you in a way. Like at some point I'll be like, anyway, it's okay. He doesn't want to do certain things. Or sometimes I will be in my masculine energy and I will show you how I want to be loved or how I want to be received. And if you don't give me that energy back, not understanding that other people are different and you may not know how to handle the energy that I give you, because I would give you something hoping that I will receive it back. That was my belief. So I would go a little bit extra for my partners and people that I care about, just to show them that I really care about them. But again, it was coming from a broken place. Hence why it's very important to balance these energies. It's very important to understand that you need to give and receive, but there needs to be limits to everything, and you need to communicate your fears, communicate, be open about what you want, know what is it that you want as well. So I was an excellent communicator. I still believe that I am, because I can now still teach, I can still communicate effectively, which came from the secured attachment style. And also, I was anxious and very clingy when it came to my partners. I needed reassurance all the time because I was afraid they would leave me. I needed to know that they will not leave me, because my mom passed away when I was really young. Whether it's her fault or not, but she actually left, and it left that dent. There's a hole in my life, my heart, that will never be filled. There's a space in my heart, in my life, that will never be filled because she left. So I still needed to heal from that. And lastly, avoidant. Sometimes I would avoid certain feelings. That's why I said I would communicate, but at some point I will just keep quiet. It's like avoiding certain conversations. I was not as affectionate as I was until I met my counterpart. With my counterpart, my divine masculine, we're always very affectionate. So I would say that he actually unlocked that inner child in me, and maybe because we have a different kind of relationship. So that's where I learned that I can have a little bit of everything. I can literally have a buffet if I wanted to. So basically, if I'm going to sum it up, that this organized attachment style, which was me, it was a mixture of everything, a little bit of everything, and also including my childhood traumas. What happened in my childhood became a big part of who I became as an adult, and also how I handled relationships. So those are attachment styles, guys. Find out what is it that you struggle with. Look back at all the relationships that you've been in and figure out what went wrong. What did you do wrong? Not what he did. Remember, you need to take responsibility for your actions. That's how you heal. You don't blame other people. He did this, that's why I did it. No. Why? What did you do? And how can you do better next time? It means that also the type of person that you're going to attract in future must be similar to you, or must be healed like you, because if they are also broken in their own way, it's going to be a problem. That's why certain relationships are going to be toxic, because we are all broken. We want but we don't want, or we need but we don't want. And basically your inner self wants this, but your outer your 3D self wants something else, or the pressures of the world. Friends say this, social media says that a man must, social media, what do you bring to the table? Those things, they also count. But let's heal, guys. Let's heal this. Find out what is it that we can improve in terms of ourselves. But like attracts like. If you are healed enough, you will attract healed men. If you are healed enough, you will attract healed women. But if you are broken, you will still attract broken women. Hence why there's a karmic relationship, which is a repeat of the same patterns. It could be in different ways, but it could be a repeat until you absolutely get it. But once you get it, once you heal, it does get better. You find the right person. I'm sending love and light to you guys. I love you all. I'll see you on the next video.